This season has seen many unexpected turns in the Gilded Age, and Episode 6 had a number of significant ones that transformed a long-running conflict into a new alliance. A separate plotline was maybe far more significant, even if the disaster at the close of the Gilded Age Season 3, Episode 6, had viewers on edge for Episode 7. Characters of the Gilded Age are always at odds with one another, but Bertha Russell appears to have more adversaries than most. This season, Bertha and her spouse, George Russell, have also encountered difficulties. Although their resentment is not resolved in Episode 6, Bertha's largest quarrel, which has persisted since Season 1, is started to be resolved. In the Gilded Age, Bertha and Gladys Russell have never been on good terms. Naturally, the youngest Russell, now Vere, has not been happy about Bertha controlling every part of Gladys' life since Season 1. Gladys' marriage to the Duke of Buckingham in Episode 4 was the culmination of this control, but Bertha has now shown that she is also capable of becoming an ally. Bertha made the decision to respond to her daughter's letter and travel to England in order to assist her in taking charge of her new home following her altercation with George Russell at the conclusion of the Gilded Age Season 3, Episode 5. As soon as she arrives at the castle, Bertha exhibits her usual petty personality after seeing Lady Sarah Vere's impolite behavior. In the Gilded Age, Bertha Russell has demonstrated that she cannot tolerate being treated disrespectfully, and Episode 6 revealed that her daughter shares this sentiment. Although Bertha Russell has never been affectionate or close to her daughter, she sees Lady Sarah's treatment of Gladys as a slight on the Russell family name. This leads to Bertha Russell and Gladys Vere joining forces for the first time in Episode 6, and the outcome is amazing. In this episode, Taissa Farmiga and Carrie Coon complement each other's performances quite well. The subtle toasts, winks, and sly side looks are all flawless. The episode demonstrates that when Bertha and Gladys treat one another as equals, they can share a lot more in common. Although Bertha always had power over Gladys, she now views her as a married woman who must manage her home and is prepared to educate her how to do so. This season, Gladys Vere's story has been difficult to follow. Although her mother has never been very kind to her, the relationship between Bertha Russell and Gladys Vere has been at its worst during Season 3. The new dynamic in Episode 6 feels even more essential in light of this. Gladys Vere has had a difficult time, from Bertha's threat against Billy Carlton at the start of the season to Gladys' tears during her wedding. That issue has been made worse by Lady Sarah's actions during the last 3 episodes. The character is now at last finding hope in Bertha's choice to go to England and aid Gladys. Eventually, Gladys was able to begin advocating for herself during one episode. This does not justify anything Bertha has said or done to Gladys in the past, but it does illustrate how their relationship may improve in the future if Bertha treats Gladys like an adult. I genuinely hope that Gladys' sarcastic, petty attitude towards Sarah continues without her mother, even though Bertha's departure may have been difficult for Gladys, who is still getting used to a completely new environment. First and foremost, it's just so much pleasure to watch Gladys finally get to use some of Bertha's energy. But the character's plot also heavily relies on this mindset. Gladys needs to learn how to behave like the Duchess of Buckingham, which she is today. Gladys has finally started to earn a little power and trust from the Duke, but there is a long way to go until Sidmouth Castle is truly hers. Gladys will need to persevere in her battle because Sarah doesn't appear likely to give up quickly either. Sarah has the advantage of being Hector's wife, but she still knows him much better, which leads to a heated argument in the latter episodes of Season 3 of the Gilded Age. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.